So guys, I'm here with a very special friend of mine, Tony Jones. Tony, thanks so much for coming and helping me at the expo. He brought some great things for to show off for the presentation. I mean, it was great to actually have a huge wind turbine there showing people three-phase power coming in. He's got a bunch of new products coming out to the market, and so I want to let him tell you a little bit about that.
Thank you, Lucas, and again, thanks for having us here at this expo trade show. We've got something that, here we're not quite finished with. The slip rings aren't up, and there's a couple more features that we'll be installing. But what I have here is our new Hurricane Vortex wind turbine, and this wind turbine actually, in departure from some previous designs, has got more of a finished blade system. It's actually got an airfoil design. It's got the finished look with the nose cone. It'll have integrated slip rings, and we've got this longer tail, and that really helps this unit track the wind. We've got our trademark Vortex tail that really does a good job tracking the wind. And this is the new bracket for our Hurricane White Lightning mount. That is the mount, but this is our Hurricane White Lightning generator that we have enjoyed a lot of success with over the last couple of years with customers. So this is the bracket for the DIY mount that people have been asking for quite some time. So we're glad to have been able to deliver on that. What this wind turbine, really the great part about this wind turbine is it will deliver, and it will deliver at a wind speed that is reasonable. So, I don't know, you've seen wind turbines that are rated at wind speeds that are really ridiculous, but what this is it's a 1,000 watt wind turbine, and that means at 24.6 miles per hour, you can expect continuous power output of 1,000 watts out of this wind turbine. At 35 to 40 miles an hour, you can see 1,500 or 1,600 watts out of this wind turbine. And, really the departure is that, at those type of wind speeds, what we're seeing and what we've seen in the market over the last several years is that, these turbines that are out there are really outputting 200 to 400 watts max, and they don't deliver. And we're real happy that we've been able to come through on this thing, and we'll be able to deliver some usable power. And it's a step up from anything that we've had in the past. So glad to have been able to debut this in an environment, at this expo center with so many people. So we've got that. This is our new diversion load board. This is the 1,200 watt resistor bank. It has I don't know, how much you can see on the camera. This is solid steel construction on this board. It's got a bus bar, all the way across here to connect these resistors that are bolted together, held tight. And this is another quality product. And then we'll also have our new solar panels coming. And the solar panels that we are bringing on board are of Italian manufacture. Most of the panels that you see on the market from many of the vendors on places like eBay are basically panels that have been relabeled, imported from China, and for some unknown reason there's not trade tariff taxes being imposed on these things, and that's unfortunate, and that's those tariffs were put in place for a reason, and I think I can leave it. We're glad to do business with a NATO member country. Okay, and the basic control module for this wind turbine is something new. This is our new controller, and this allows for direct input from 3-phase. This particular one's for 1 kW. It allows 400 watts of PWM, pulse width modulation, solar. So you know, if you want to add a few solar panels with your wind turbine, and you know, it's got the direct battery input and the inputs for your diversion load. But this controller is really a game changer. It is a small wind MPPT controller, and with addition to that, it also has a boost module in it. So if your wind turbine is running at a lower voltage, if you have a 24, this is a 24 volt turbine, so after 12 volts, this controller has the technology to take a pulse of power off of the wind turbine, so it doesn't stall the wind turbine. It keeps you know, allowing it to push through and gain momentum, but it allows low wind power production and multi-power point tracking output on the top end, which is something we haven't had before. This controller has a series port here where you can hook it up to the internet, and you can, you know, we an advanced feature, we can do some programming. It'll come set up to you perfect for whatever application. But this controller actually, in a smart way, protects your wind turbine with dynamic blade braking. It shoots resistance over as it's able to monitor your generator RPM. When the RPM on the generator gets too high, this controller will send pulses of resistance to keep your wind turbine from spinning out of control and tearing apart. So another great product we have coming. All put together, this stuff has been testing from 6 to 12 months, and it is by far the most efficient stuff that I have ever used in small wind. Not to say there's not things out there in a larger class or category that will do more, but for a small wind turbine, for the price, this outperforms everything that I've ever had in my hands. And you know, that's our new stuff. So
Awesome. Guys, make sure to check it out at hurricanewindpower.com. And Tony, I really enjoyed hanging out with you at the expo, man. It was
Thank you.
awesome. And guys, until we see you again here at Seven Trumpets Prepper Channel, make sure to check out the video that me and Tony done together. Like I just said, it's got us speaking about alternative energy, and I hope you have a most blessed day in Yahushua name.